Hello, and welcome back to Tales from the Vale. Tonight, we journey to a forgotten chapel nestled deep in the misty hills of rural England, where a young historian named Leo stumbled upon a secret that had been sealed for centuries. Leo was cataloging the artifacts of St. Giles, a tiny, crumbling church abandoned since the Great War. The air was thick with the scent of damp stone and decaying wood. Behind the grand, but rotting, wooden altar, he noticed something odd. The wall wasn't flush. His fingers traced the faint outline of a door, cleverly disguised within the stonework. There was no handle, no keyhole, just a small, almost invisible seam. Driven by a historian's insatiable curiosity, Leo spent hours examining the wall. Finally, his hand brushed against a loose stone in the floor. He pried it up, and beneath it, nestled in the dirt, was a heavy, rust-covered iron key. His heart hammered against his ribs. It was a long shot, but he had to try. He found a keyhole, hidden behind a carved stone flower on the door itself. With a metallic groan that echoed through the silent chapel, the key turned. The door swung inward, releasing a gust of stale, cold air that smelled of dust, and something else, something faintly sweet, like dried flowers. Leo flicked on his flashlight, its beam cutting through the oppressive darkness. He stepped into a small, circular chamber. The walls were lined with dusty shelves, but they didn't hold books or relics. They held hundreds of small, intricately carved wooden dolls. Each doll was unique, dressed in tiny, handmade clothes from different eras. Some wore Elizabethan ruffs, others Victorian bonnets, and some, the simple frocks of farmhands. But what made a shiver trace its way down Leo's spine was that beside each doll, a name and a date were carefully painted on the shelf. The final date was from 1914. He found a worn leather-bound journal on a small lectern in the center of the room. The faded ink told a strange and poignant story. For centuries, the village priest had performed a ritual. When a parishioner passed away, they would carve a small doll in their likeness, a silent companion, to keep their soul from feeling lonely on its journey into the great beyond. The chamber was not a place of fear, but a place of profound love and remembrance, a final, quiet testament to every life that had graced the village. The last entry spoke of the young men leaving for the war, and the priest's prayer that he would not have to carve any more dolls for a long, long time. St. Giles was abandoned shortly after, and the tradition, along with the door, was forgotten. Leo closed the door gently, locking the silent companions back into their peaceful slumber. He had unearthed not a tale of terror, but a story of deep compassion, a secret kept safe behind the altar. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more tales from the Vale. Until next time, stay curious.